clacker. Use that. That'll work. Syncs the sound and audio.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why people do that?
Yeah.
Like with the.
Yep. Yeah, because what? Oh shit. Because what we'll do is, I'll take this audio and I'll put it to that video, and I'll pull the audio off of that video and get rid of it.
So the clap gives you like a
Yeah.
place
A
to start
starting
at.
point?
Yeah, like a marker.
Huh.
Interesting.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
Tricks of the.
I thought it was just more like, okay, we're ready. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. Time to do work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too. Focus. Fucking focus. So because I have two people on, oftentimes we'll just start talking. But
Yeah.
I'll let you guys introduce yourself so that way people can put
The voice with the
with the
person.
name, so they know who's saying what.
Okay.
Go.
All right. I'm Reid Webster. Been a chef or a cook for about 8 years now.
Oh shit. Nice.
Yeah. So in the restaurant industry for a while. Teamed up with this guy over here, Ryan Hansen.
What's up?
From Seattle. Just moved here to St. Louis to start this little business during Corona because I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
So
Making it happen.
here I am.
Reid.
Reid
And we have
Webster.
Ryan.
And then I'm Ryan Hansen. Before.
Ryan Handsome. Is that your nickname?
Actually, they used to call me that.
Don't blow him up.
They
dude.
for
Don't
sure
blow
did.
him up.
They did.
They for sure did. They for sure did.
Hansen.
He doesn't need that.
He already knows. He already knows.
All right. Anyway, let's go. So before meeting Reid, I met Reid in culinary school back in January. I kind of started a second chapter, as I like to call it. I was a gym owner and personal trainer for 10 years. I left that industry and then got into the food, culinary side of things, started cooking, met him. Corona happened, school shut down. We ended up back in St. Louis where I still had my loft coming from New York. And then now we're doing a private chefing and meal prepping business and working in a couple restaurants. And things have been good. We've been here about 3 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the business is called Full Tank Empty Stomach for our love of food and motorcycles. And yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So what was it like in New York during all the fucking
It was like a
chaos?
war zone. So he left. So we both were in culinary school about an hour outside the city in Poughkeepsie, so more like the suburbs.
Okay.
And then he went back to Seattle when school shut down because we didn't know idea what was going on.
Well, it was kind of weird because we heard little things about this coronavirus, and people were making jokes about it. And then Ryan was like, this place is going to shut down in 3 weeks.
So,
mark
yeah.
my words.
Yeah.
The reason I knew because I think I got it back in March and I felt really sick and I went to the nurse's office. This is beginning of March or mid-March.
Okay.
I went to the nurse's office and there was 9 people waiting and they were all passed out on the ground and I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem.
Oh,
And he
shit.
looked awful, dude. He had a fever.
I looked sick.
Yeah.
And then I think it was the next day they announced that they were shutting down the school for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So they sent everybody home. And everybody went back to where they were, and then it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So I was back in Brooklyn with my family, and walking around New York City, dude, it was like a war zone.
Really?
It was like a war zone. It was something I've never seen. I mean, New York City is full of energy, full of life.
Right.
Everything was shut down. I went to Times Square. There was literally not a single person there in the middle of the day on a Wednesday afternoon. People in full gas masks.
Yeah.
Everybody avoiding each other. I'd walk down the street. People would cross or even go into the street, on the sidewalk. They'd leap into the street to not make any contact with people. And that was just the beginning. So we were unsure.
Everybody was scared.
Yeah, everybody was scared. It was straight chaos.
That's mad, dude. That's crazy.
And it was ground zero. I mean, everybody in New York was where
Yeah.
it got really hot.
Yeah.
Well, Seattle was first. When I moved back to Seattle from New York, they were the current hot spot.
Seattle?
Remember that?
Seattle was
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Seattle was one of the first
Yeah.
places to sort of blow up and have a huge outbreak.
Yeah.
But I live out in rural Gig Harbor there.
Okay.
It's like a small town. I didn't really live in
Yeah.
Seattle. So it was the same. I just rode my motorcycle every day.
Really just kind of chilled.
My
Yeah.
social distance activity.
I went to Spokane for I was doing some work. I guess St. Patrick's Day. When is that? Is that March? St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day. Yeah, and everybody was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Nobody really came out to that, but surprisingly, actually, a number of people did come out and get drunk. It was actually kind of crazy. But I do remember the big talk was, oh man, it's a fucking hotbed across the state in Seattle, and it was just, a lot of people were scared during that time.
Yeah.
But you never know what to fucking believe.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
You know what
There's
I'm
so
saying?
much information out there. You know,
Yeah.
you can find whatever you want to
Support your own.
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was wondering what it looked like in like New York, because I feel like the news maybe probably made it look scarier than it was, but
Yeah.
I don't know how scary it really was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was scary. It just you could tell
Yeah.
people were like
probably more
on
eerie.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of spooky to
It's
be.
a lot of people in a condensed area.
Yeah.
You got 8 million people on a 3-mile radius island.
It's crazy.
That's
wild.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I read an article saying like New York might not ever recover.
You know what? I'd like to think that it would, but it's going to take a while.
long time.
It's
Yeah.
going to take a while. Yeah, I mean,
Well-
everything, the businesses. New York was already kind of on a weird situation because of everything, and with the rent being high and people being pushed out of the city, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't what it was back in like the golden era. Like
Yeah.
anything, everything kind of waxes and wanes. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it will ever recover.
Yeah. Yeah. So then that's what kind of drove you guys to St. Louis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I still had the loft here, and St. Louis was literally the middle of the country. And I luckily was able to get a forbearance on my mortgage. So I was like, I think it was your idea to
Well,
just.
we
joked about it. Yeah, we joked about it.
We
'cause
were like,
both.
let's just go down to St. Louis, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, all of a sudden it was just like, you know,
We set a date.
I couldn't get my old job back because I was with my family, and my parents are older, so I didn't want to put them at risk. And I was putting on like 800 miles a week on the motorcycle.
Really?
'cause
Just
I had nothing
cruising.
to do, man. Yeah, I
Plenty
put
of
on like
countryside.
I put on like 2,600 miles in a month during quarantine.
Dang, bro.
That was my, it's my baby. Is the only thing I had
And
to
all
do.
within the state, or were you going like
All
out of
within
state?
the state. Yeah, so I did almost all the mountain passes all
Yeah.
within the month.
That must have been awesome.
I mean, it's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't run out of road, but I ran out of patience. And, so it started as a joke, and then, like, things weren't really like I was doing nothing.
Well, we were in limbo because
Yeah.
the school kept saying we're going to open. They kept saying 2 weeks, then a month,
Yeah.
and then a month and a half, and we were like, all right, what's going to happen? Like, are
Yeah.
we just going to like
We
sit?
just kind of took it upon ourselves to be like, all right, well, we're going to make ourselves busy. Because
Yeah.
I mean, longest I have not had a job is like 2 months. And so I was starting to go crazy.
Yeah.
Because I got to have something to do.
Yeah.
I'll lose my fucking mind.
Dude, idle time's the devil's playground.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, 100%.
It's very
Yeah,
true.
dude. Shit, man. Yeah, so you guys, man, I like the idea of riding bikes, but I feel like have you guys ever
been on-
wrecked? No.
I mean, I've
no,
wrecked.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
fucking I'm too scared. That's my point. That's my fucking point. You guys are like riding bikes like crazy. I'm like, dude, that sounds so fucking cool. But I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, what if I fall?
I mean,
don't wanna
he's a
fall.
pretty moderate rider.
I'm not crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, my bike is a 750. It doesn't go anything above, I would say, 90 miles an hour, which is still fast.
Yeah.
Still
Well, I
fast.
bet you fucked up.
But I feel like,
For real,
yeah,
bro.
if I go down at 90, you're pretty much
Yeah.
probably toast.
Damn.
But I went down one time. I had my ex on the back, and she leaned the wrong direction on a curve, and luckily we were going like we were pulling into a parking lot, so it was like 8 miles an hour, and we just kind of like
Yeah.
slowly sweeping in, and then the bike just kicked out.
Yeah.
So that was scary, but I mean
I wrecked going like 40 miles an hour.
Shit,
Yeah,
bro.
on gravel, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't ride for like 3 days, and I was like, if I don't get back on my bike, I'm never going
You're just
to
a
get back on it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I was lucky enough. I was wearing that jacket right over there, thankfully.
Oh, yeah. That's the smart move, dude.
Yeah.
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 Skin's
But
not tough enough.
yeah, so I was going around the corner with my buddy, my best friend. We ride together. We got the same bikes back in Washington. And, we push each other. And, like, I had just gotten the bike that year, and we were going around a corner at, like, 45 miles an hour. I hit a small patch of gravel.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I low slid out, so my back tire went in front of me, and I just went down hard. I probably slid maybe like 40 feet, 30 feet.
Really?
And luckily there was no oncoming traffic.
so you slid into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, it was terrifying though. And so we have the Bluetooth headsets because me and my buddy, we talk all the time while we ride.
Okay.
And he said he just like heard me say, "Oh fuck," and then just heard like the grinding of the ground, and he
Oh.
was like, "Well, my buddy's dead."
Dude, but that fucking oh shit moment. I wonder how like you think time just like slows down and it's just like it happens so fast,
Yeah,
but it
but
probably
at
lasts
the same-
almost
yep.
forever.
Yeah, it was terrifying, dude.
Ooh, dude, I'm getting scared just thinking about it. Seriously, dude, my family and I we went down to Florida a couple of years when we were driving. It was a couple of years ago. We were driving down, and we just went across. We just got into Illinois, and I don't know if it was like 55 or 64. Either way, we just got on the highway, just like over there by East St. Louis. These two fucking bikes passed us. Well, one bike passed us, and then she's like up in. I know it's a she now. She was like up in front of us. And I'm like, I remember thinking to myself, like, fuck, man, there's a whole bunch of potholes in this road.
Yeah.
And then she fucking hit a pothole, dude. Fucking back end came up, and the next thing I know, she was gone.
You saw it happen?
Saw somebody die, bro.
Oh.
Craziest fucking shit. It all happened. This is at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
It like happened so fucking fast. It was just like, I just remember seeing like some sparks, and then she was gone. And I was like, holy shit.
Like
I woke
off
up.
the road or what?
Yeah, bro. She flew off the fucking road. It was crazy. She was probably going like, I was probably going like 60 or 70, so she was probably going like 80.
Yeah.
80 or
She hit a
90.
pothole? On the highway?
On the highway. Fucking lost control of the
Dude,
bike.
there's that road.
flying.
What's that road that's near here that we went on to go to Illinois?
Oh, dude,
it's the worst.
sketchy.
Okay.
It's going into Illinois. I guess it's the same highway. Whatever, is that 70 or 50? Whatever road from
It
here.
might be 40.
Like if you're going towards like O'Fallon.
We were going to the loading dock in like Afton. So what highways? Like
you might have
North
been,
County?
You might have been on like I-3.
Not North County.
360.
Old North. There's this highway off of Old North. Do you know that area?
Sort of.
But dude,
I need
there's
to
this
find out the name 'cause
highway.
I'm never gonna ride it again.
It was me, him, and another buddy. We were
Yeah.
on this highway, and we didn't say it until we got off the highway.
Yeah.
But we all looked at each other like, never again.
Yeah, it was
Dude.
so
That
many
highway,
potholes, so
there
many
was
like shifts
7
in the
lanes.
road. Like,
Dude.
There was all these the merging ramps. There was trucks. There was cars. Everybody was congested.
Yeah.
It was awful.
well, I never knew how spoiled I was before coming out here because the Washington roads, like, I feel like Washington's I wouldn't say like new state, but it's more newly developed than
Okay.
like say St. Louis is.
Yeah.
Because St. Louis is like a very old city.
Yeah.
Seattle's very new, so
the
the
roads
roads
are
are like really nice.
Really
So I've
nice.
never had all these potholes before, and then I come to St. Louis and I need to relearn how to ride.
That's
Dude,
when I
gotta
see
be on your
people
toes.
when I see people on bikes in New York. I'm like, what are you doing? It's
Yeah.
the worst place to be on.
That's terrifying.
Even in a
dude.
car, I'm afraid. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it definitely makes a difference in the environment. Because if you take these bikes out, like in rural
it's
Missouri,
amazing.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful. There's
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
It's smooth. The curves are clean, and there's nothing like it. It is the ultimate
Well,
freedom.
that's why I like living in
It's the
Gig
ultimate
Harbor. I
freedom.
was an hour away from Mount Rainier National Park.
Okay.
An hour and a half from Olympic National Park,
Yeah.
and like 2 hours from the North Cascades. So
Yeah.
I never ran out of good roads.
You also have volcanoes and shit though. Kill
Yeah, it's
everybody.
beautiful.
Kill everybody. all I do is obsess over all the ways I can die.
Yeah, apparently, dude.
No, that's fucking cool though, man. Like, yeah, bike riding.
But
is definitely cool.
definitely is the risk you take. You're on borrowed time. Like there's a saying
Yeah.
that it's not if you go down, it's when you go down.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I got it out of the way.
And I got
So,
my
yeah.
8 mile an hour one out of the way, so I'm good.
Yeah. Save on gas though.
Oh yeah,
Crazy gas
60
I get
miles.
right?
50 miles.
Yeah,
to the
50,
gallon.
50 miles to the gallon.
That's legit.
Yeah.
That's super legit.
It's
How
like
big are the
200
tanks?
miles a tank.
200
Mine's
miles.
3.8.
Yeah, mine's like 3.5.
Oh, that's legit. So you guys are just biking it up and cooking shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't have a
good
car
stuff.
here. I mean, literally, I just have a rubber motorcycle. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the winter.
I got my little truck. I mean, he said the other day, he was like, we're just going to have to coordinate. you know?
Make it work. You guys are like a couple.
Yeah.
One car.
Dude, we are like a married couple, dude. Honestly, we bicker like one, I swear.
That's funny as shit.
It is crazy thinking that I've only known this dude from January,
Uh-huh.
because since January, basically besides when I was in Seattle and he was in New York, we've spent every single weekend home together.
So I'm surprised
we
we've
work
gone this long
together, we
without
live together, you
Dude.
know, we
we
start
work out
business
together, we fucking ride together. Yeah, we met in the gym on like the first day of class at like,
At, like,
7
5 a.m.?
Yeah, 6 or
Yeah,
7
6
as soon
a.m.
as it opened. Because it's funny, we both had like the nerves of like
Mm-hmm.
starting something new. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym. It's like what I know.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
grounds me. It's something consistent. And it was just like me and him. I
Yeah.
feel like at that point, who goes to the gym at 7 in the morning? Like
Yeah.
the first day of school.
Yeah.
We were both doing the compounds.
Yeah, and I went up to him because he was. I know I judge people unfortunately on the way they work out, and I could tell that he knew what he was doing. Like, oh, this kid seems legit. So I started talking to him, it turns out we both had the same chef.
Yeah.
So it even was
A lot of the
more,
same classes.
Yeah.
And then the whole like West Coast, East Coast thing, and we had a lot of like similarities and things. And then we just started hanging out, and dude, we were like
Just vibing, dude.
We weren't. Yeah, we were like attached at the hip.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
soon as
We would sauna every single night after dinner, eat dinner together.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
we
interesting,
had a
man.
whole
Sometimes you
plan.
meet someone you just like them, or
Yeah.
you don't.
Just clicks.
I've never had a
Yeah.
best friend like this either. Like I've had friends, acquaintances, people I know, but never like the amount of time we spend together, the shit that we share together. It's cool.
Yeah.
And there's a 10-year age difference too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old are you?
24.
24.
I'm 33.
Young buck.
I'm a baby, dude.
How old are
Yeah.
you, Adam?
32.
Yeah.
I'll be 33 in December.
Okay.
Yeah. Dang.
So yeah, and
That's what's up. Yeah, normally, like, when you spend that much time with somebody, it's like when you're a kid and you have all the free time in the world, like, you don't have...
well,
You don't have to worry
we
about it.
joke about
Yeah.
that. We feel like a bunch of kids, like
Yeah.
skateboarding around, riding
Yeah,
motorcycles.
Yeah, we bought skateboards.
You guys just try to fuck yourself up left or right.
I know, I already have 6 stitches in my finger, bro.
Yeah, I almost started skateboarding pretty recently, but then I was like, nah, dude.
I mean,
the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
It's you got to be careful, especially
It's
as
so
you get
sick,
older.
though,
Like you go down, you're gonna
Dude.
fuck yourself up.
Fuck your wrist
But
up.
for me, I'm just
Your
trying to like
ankles.
stay on the skateboard. He's
Yeah.
trying to do all these crazy tricks and
Yeah.
hurting himself in the parking
Yeah.
lot. I'm just trying to stay on the skateboard and like do a little bit of
Yeah.
like movement. That's
But
about
once you
it.
can stay on, then you want to do other stuff.
Eventually,
Yeah,
I'm still
exactly.
just on the learning stage.
Dude,
right now.
I'll watch skating for hours on Instagram.
Dude, it's so badass.
Oh, it's
and
the
the
best.
sounds the skateboard makes, dude.
Oh, I love. There's no better sound than a skateboard.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I love it.
For real.
And that's funny coming from like a non-skate. You don't skate, right?
No, dude, like I did a little bit as a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like, bullshit though, like
That's it.
regular stuff.
I was
yeah.
a
Well, I
fat
used
kid.
to-
I used to break boards.
So I was a fat kid,
used to
too.
break boards.
I was too fat, man.
Yeah.
All the
yeah,
weight.
so, I was, I don't know if you know this, but I was about a year and a half ago, about 230 pounds.
Okay, I saw some of
Yeah.
your old pictures. You look a little
Yeah.
huskier.
That's kind of how we met, because in the gym, and that's why I think we get along so well, is because I never had friends in that active lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so when I was in my hometown, like all my best friends were still drinking every night. I went sober. I'll be about a year and 3/4 or a year and a half.
Oh,
coming
right
up
on.
Soon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the first dude I met that was like into the lifestyle I wanted to be in and I wanted
Yeah.
to cultivate. So like it was just.
Yeah, so you want to be
sparks flew.
attracted to that energy, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
like that's what you're trying
Kind
to
of
be.
surround yourself with the people that you want to be like.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to success.
It's like, what do they say? It's like,
Surround
if
yourself
you
with
hang
the
around
fun.
with 5 idiots, you're going to be the 6th. If
Yeah.
you hang around with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6th.
Yeah, that's the idea, dude. For real, for real.
No, for sure.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy for him that he's lost all that weight, pretty much on his own. I mean, you
Yeah.
read some research and did some Reddit threads.
Well, yeah,
and
so
went
it all
down-
started. I mean, I had a mad drinking problem. I like to say I'm not an alcoholic, but you never know unless you try again, and I haven't tried again yet. So, like, who really knows? But, it's the restaurant industry, man. Like, that's just what you do.
It's a fast lifestyle.
Yeah, so, like, my first cook job, it started out with weed, smoking weed after every shift.
Yeah.
And then, graduated, turned 20, and then I was drinking and shit like that. And then
You started experimenting real young.
I mean, dude, I've done it all.
Crazy.
Like when it comes to like drugs and stuff. I mean, sorry, mom, but yeah, I've done it all except for the real hard ones.
What are the real hard ones?
Like meth and heroin.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I had a pill stage, weed stage, hallucinogenics were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of mushrooms and a lot of acid.
Yeah.
And it started off young, dude, like 18.
That was the first time you did hallucinogen?
Yeah, 17, 18.
That's not that young, bro. I was
Yeah.
16 first time I did psilocybin. Oh, yeah, bro. I've been smoking since I was 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I started smoking weed sophomore year of high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around the same time.
And you're pretty regular with smoking, you said.
Yeah, man, I'm
Yeah.
a regular cannabis user.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
I do like
operate
once a month now.
Do you?
So I'm not full blown. They call it like California sober,
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
like I don't like I'll probably try mushrooms again at some point because I never had a problem with that. My
Yeah.
problem was alcohol and cocaine.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Dude, I can see that.
Yeah.
You had some fun times on those.
Yeah. Well, when it started out, when it was really bad, I was working at this job which I loved. One of the best kitchens I've ever worked for, but we would go out every night, and then, we'd have like 13 drinks, and we'd end up with a bag. And then that turned into like twice a week, then 3 times a week, then 5.
Dude, it's a slippery slope.
It is, bro.
Dude, yeah.
And I've never done any drugs.
You never done
Yeah.
anything,
No.
huh?
Nothing. Straight, clean, sober.
Dang.
I think for me, like I worked in nightclubs in New York City when I was like 19, 20, 21, so I saw the effects of it.
Yeah.
And then alcoholism and just addiction runs in my family so rampant, I kind of like shied away from it.
You have to be aware of what your personality is. 'Cause
And I have an addicted. I mean, I do
Yeah.
like everything from I ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
In a lot of areas of life. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me not do it in this.
I can get that.
Let me do it in other ways.
We're similar in that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either 100% or none.
Yeah.
I get that,
You know,
man.
We
yeah.
drive it up. We drive it off the cliff.
Dude,
Ready to
yeah.
run
We
through a
run it
fucking
over.
wall.
Yeah, we run into a wall, and then we keep running into the wall.
Yeah.
So
It can be hard to regulate. I tried Molly for the first time, and I was like, whoa, I can see why this can be a problem.
Okay, so that drug would ruin my life for sure.
Dude,
it's not Molly, but it's the sassafras, MDM or MDA. So it's like Molly but without the meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
yeah,
Bro.
Why? What happened?
I've never tried MDA, but I've done MDMA, and like, dude, it's just,
It's too fun, dude.
dude, it's fun, dude. You feel happy, like
Yeah,
you feel
bro.
good. It's just,
Yeah.
I recognized immediately, I'm like, man, this could be a serious issue if I
That's
let
good.
it.
You have that awareness.
I have the awareness. Like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like, I used to be afraid of cocaine a lot because in high school, a lot of people did cocaine at my school.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I never did. That's like probably one of the few things I haven't done, except for like some of the hard ones, right? But like I can just remember people telling me like, dude, you don't want to do this, you'll get fucking hooked. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, well, I don't want to do anything that's just gonna like take control like that. But like, I have an awareness enough of myself to where I feel like I can try most compounds and
Yeah.
figure out whether or not it's something I would continue or not.
Okay.
And I kind of have that self-control to a degree.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, man, when I tried MDMA, I was like, whoa, like this is fucking amazing.
I did that shit like every weekend for a
Bro,
long time.
dude, the first few times I did it, dude, I didn't feel bad at all the next day. I felt
Yeah.
better. I was like, dude,
Uh-huh.
I feel great.
Yeah.
But then this last time, dude, I feel like dog shit for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah.
Where'd
man.
you do it?
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do most things at home.
I only
Yeah.
did it at like raves. I was a big like this girl I was dating was huge into like the house and techno scene. So
Okay.
we were just always.
I
going
could
to
see that.
clubs.
That could
Yeah.
be fun, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking
Dude, it's
lights, you
fucking
see trails and
badass.
different things. Yeah.
And then I did the whole festival. Like I lived out of my car and did the festival route for like 4 months. Went to Southern California.
Yeah.
Went to Chicago.
Dang,
you know.
you're going hard, huh?
It was bad.
Just
Yeah,
living
just
that life.
selling acid on the way there. Sorry, mom.
Dude,
Again.
Acid's a fun one, dude. You can go some crazy journeys in this. I just did a 5-strip the other day, and like,
Really?
bro, it felt
Yeah.
like I was in a dream for a little bit.
I bet.
It was crazy. I enjoy it. I enjoy psychedelics. The thing about psychedelics is if you don't have an understanding of like what you're getting into, there can be a lot of fear and anxiety leading up to it. But it's just like if you can just kind of relax, it's like most people have this idea like, oh man, am I gonna see like a fucking dinosaur?
No,
Or
you're not gonna see
it's
a
like
fucking
it's not
dinosaur,
like
bro.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you definitely want to be in a good headspace. I found, but it's just like if you kind of have respect for these compounds, you can, yeah, man,
Well,
you
it's
can have some
kind
good
of
times.
go in, get what you need, and get the fuck out. Like, don't try and abuse it. Don't try and
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
not. What I think psychedelics do is it expands, or how I've treated it is you go in with like a mission, like you want to like learn something about yourself. You want to like progress over something. You want to meditate on something, and then you do that, and then you learn your lesson. And then you
Yeah, have that intention. Set and
Yeah.
setting is super important. Like I've
Yeah.
definitely partied on certain things, and
Yeah.
it's definitely not as fun, depending on the compound,
Yeah.
like in a recreational setting.
Well, when I
for
did
sure.
acid, like with like an understanding and like with a kind of what's the word I'm looking for, like not a mission, but just sort of with an openness.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. But when I took it just to get super fucked up,
No
I took 3 tabs just because I was like, I just want to get fucked up today, and I had no mission, no like
yeah, I've done that.
anything. Yeah, and I was just spacing out for like 18 hours.
Dude,
Damn.
you're locked in, bro. It's all day. It
It's
is
a marathon,
all,
bro.
dude,
It's not no sprint.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah,
commitment.
dude. Yeah, at least 12 hours, man. It's like
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you just want to be done. You're like, well, I guess I'm still. My brain is still just locked in. Dude, I did that one time. It was
Yeah.
actually after I got fired from my job.
Okay.
And I was like, man, let me just take a couple hits faster. Like maybe I'll feel better. No, I did not feel better, bro. I'm in my apartment by myself.
Oh,
I'm
man.
crying. Like
Yeah.
I'm in and out of just like being happy and being
Yeah,
sad.
dude.
I'm like, what the? Like life is just so fucking terrible. It's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
okay. Just ups and downs, ups and downs. So that's when I realized like there aren't really bad trips. They're just challenging like experiences. And it's
Well,
like
and what I learned from
understood
that
why.
is to not abuse it, to not
Yes.
take it for no reason.
Yeah, dude. You have a hard
Yeah.
enough experience. You don't want to do a psychedelic ever again. They're pretty like anti-addictive in that way.
Yeah.
Dang.
Did you ever do ayahuasca?
I have not. So oddly enough, I was actually the plan was to go to Peru this summer before everything got shut the fuck down to do ayahuasca. I have done DMT. I do like DMT. Like that's a powerful compound. But I haven't done it in the ayahuasca form. That's
if I were
definitely
to
high
do that,
on
I'd
the
want to
list.
do like the whole
ritual.
Yeah, man. Go out in the fucking jungle, have the shaman,
I want
like
it to be legit.
get the legit experience. I'm definitely willing to travel to make that happen.
Well, there's if you want to check out this dude, I listened to his book. It's In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts. The dude's name is Gabor Mate.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I don't know. Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, he talks about ayahuasca helping people overcome their addictions.
Right,
And, a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, he's always talking about how like the root of a lot of people's issues is just trauma.
It's trauma.
It's always trauma.
Yep.
Yeah, usually he always dates it back to like childhood trauma.
Big time.
Yeah, that's his whole thing. I would definitely like to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, he's a badass, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Is he like an author or just this?
Well, he's a doctor.
Just speaking and
yeah.
But everything he believes that all addiction, all negative implications in your life all stem from past trauma.
Yeah, it's you coping
Yeah.
or like trying to figure out how you can
Yeah.
survive through that and
Right.
then you deal with it in some.
Well, it's like my therapist thinks I'm not an alcoholic, but I have unresolved trauma that I was trying to medicate with
be.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Because when I went sober, I had overwhelming anxiety. I still struggle with anxiety.
Oh, I get that for sure, dude.
And I had never had that before until I stopped drinking. So I think I had been self-medicating for years.
To cover that anxiety.
That's part of what I do with
anxiety.
cannabis for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the anxiety's real.
Yeah. And now I'm just raw dogging reality, bro. It's
But there's value in that as well.
Yeah.
Like you can't always be numb or always be in these states for sure. Like I've probably slowed down on cannabis these past like I don't know like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very rare like just usually in the evenings and not even every day as of late. But normally like on a regular time like it's most days.
What do you think's changed in the past couple of weeks?
So, dude, honestly, I'm getting ready for this jiu-jitsu tournament next week.
Okay.
Going to Orlando for it, but I just wrapped up 75 hard.
Yeah.
And like I feel like whenever like I'm just on my shit and I'm just like
You don't really
my
have
mental
that space.
toughness is at its peak. I kind of get to this place to where like I'm tapping into like almost like this dark energy where it's like I don't have time for the bullshit and I'm just and I'm kind of getting into this competition mindset. So I'm a little bit more aggressive and abrasive.
Like the primal, like you're.
Yeah, it really is that. And then like I kind of like take out the weed a little bit, and it just makes me that much more confrontational. Like I don't want to like give up any ground because I'm pretty chill and like easy going. And I always joke, but I'm pretty serious that I feel like a lot of my psychedelic experiences are part of the reason why I don't really compete in MMA anymore. I don't even like competing in general. Like I'm doing this because it's kind of the natural progression. Like I don't mind doing
for
it.
your own fulfillment.
Well, yeah, like I'm really working hard to get my black belt in jiu-jitsu, and this is just kind of a part of the process. So I'm willing to do that, but like I don't get a lot of validation out of competing. I don't feel like my ego needs it.
Did you used to?
Yeah. Dude, you just want to be the fucking man, bro. Like the testosterone's flowing. Like I just fucking owned this dude. Like I'm the fucking man. Like I used to love that feeling. There's no high like winning when the stakes are fucking like up there. Like I'm a flow junkie. I like just getting in that flow state where like you tune everything out, everything's working.
I'm the same way in
dude.
the kitchen.
Oh yeah, exactly, dude.
When there's tickets mounting, I was telling him about this because because I've been in the restaurant industry for a long time, and like when we get busy, he'd be like, "Fuck that," like I do not want. And like that's my favorite part when everybody's freaking out. There's and then I have 20 tickets in front of me, and I'm like, okay, we need 6 of this, 4 of this, 3 of these are mid-rare, 2 of these are, and it's just like all of a sudden I feel like a little supercomputer.
Yeah, dude, you're in your fucking zone, right?
Everybody has
I love
theirs.
that
For me, it's exhausted because I'm already like on edge in the kitchen because it's so new. So I don't have that ability to lock in yet. Like everything is like having to work extra overtime.
Yeah.
So when I see the tickets line up, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
This is
let's
another
go, baby.
fucking
Let me get
layer.
a quad shot. Like I'm in it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can find flow state in anything for sure. It makes sense that you find it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, and then the other thing I found it in was climbing. And that's
Climbing?
how I lost all the weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
do you do
so-
indoor climbing or were you going outdoors?
Well, when I was in Washington, I was going outdoors. My buddy Phil, who I worked with at Wooden City, the restaurant in Tacoma, he took me out to Leavenworth, Washington the first weekend I went sober. And I just sort of I got on top of my first boulder.
Nice.
And it was like that feeling of like, because the rock is like indifferent to you.
Yeah. So were you bouldering or were you like harnessing in?
bouldering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like just that feeling of like, getting on top of something
Fuck
and
yeah,
overcoming
dude.
that. Like,
It's
that
like a
shit was
difficult
badass.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I fell in love with that. Started climbing for 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day. every day. I mean, back to how I lost the weight is just like I did keto, hardcore keto. Like I didn't touch a carb for 7 months. Like meal planning, meal prepping, all that, and then climbing for 3 hours a day and going sober.
How was your energy on keto? With
Fucking amazing.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keto was, I mean, I wish it was a more sustainable diet because it made me feel incredible.
I also feel like at his stage, all the heavy extra weight, the fat became his energy source.
Right, you're just
That's
burning
probably
through it.
why he had the energy.
That
But
would
like
make
if you were to
sense.
do keto now at the level you did it,
Yeah.
I don't think your energy would be there. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're that active, like you gotta have a carb source if you don't have a fat source.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just.
Well, and I was
tough.
eating like 180 grams of fat a day.
Were you?
I was taking
Damn.
shots of
Straight-
olive oil,
straight
coconut
keto.
oil. Yeah.
Yeah, and you felt good on that.
Yeah.
Dang.
And like all I ate was vegetables, like chicken or shrimp, and macadamia nuts, dude.
Really?
And coconut oil. That was
You
it.
probably have crazy grip strength now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I mean, I got stitches on my finger. I can't climb for a while.
Yeah.
That's a
Pissed
bummer.
about it,
Where you
yeah.
been climbing at here?
Climb so ill.
Climb Oil?
Yeah.
They got a nice
It's a
facility.
sick
They
spot.
just
Yeah.
opened another spot out in
In St. Charles is badass.
Climb
bro.
so ill, dude?
Sick, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's legit. It's like an old, I don't know, grain factory or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
And,
dope.
Old steel mill.
Steel,
I think
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Steel mill. Steel mill.
Steel mill.
Mill. I can't
Out
talk.
in St. Charles.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
on Main Street, that area.
Off of Main Street,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
by the
right-
water.
yep.
Yeah. It's
Dope.
legit. And they have a
Yeah.
little place called the Gravity Lab, which is like a fun, like, kids
It's
centric,
totally for kids, but we
it's
had a fucking blast.
legit.
Yeah.
Dude. They have all these cool,
Like,
like,
race each other.
yeah, you
up
can
the
like
wall.
they have timed ones. You can go up the
Mhm.
wall.
That's
they have
sick.
ones where it's like free flowing cubes that are hooked by chains.
Oh,
So you have to like climb all around. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
that's cool.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
That's cool. There's an Upper Limits right next to my house.
Yeah, upper limits
Yeah,
is
upper
good.
limits isn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't like them, I can tell.
No.
You're like, yeah, man, they're fucking cool if you're
Well,
lame.
see-
They're no Climb So Ill, but I'm just like,
That's fine.
The more homegrown climbing gyms, they just take care a lot more.
yeah,
Like my climbing gym back home, Edgeworks, was like family owned, family operated.
yeah.
And like all the ropes were always in pristine condition. All the holds were always clean. And then I went to a gravity vault out in New York. And like the ropes were too short, so you had to like get up on the wall to like tie yourself in, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
they were all stiff. and,
It's just
like,
when you have like
you know.
corporate come in. It's just
Are the
they
Upper
try
Limits
to like
corporate?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
yeah,
I
they're
didn't
like
know
a
that.
national chain.
It's a chain.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck them, man. I'm not going to them now. Dude, climbing's fun, dude. It
Yeah,
can
It's
become
a great workout.
I wish I had more time
Yeah.
because I only have so much time to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of it doing jujitsu.
Yeah.
I'm about to get into archery, pretty significant.
Oh, that's
Nice.
badass.
Dude, the goal is to like get some meat in the fucking freezer.
Yeah.
and
Like from archery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go out
sick.
and
Yeah.
fucking
Just a much
hunt.
more sustainable
Yeah.
way. Like, I would like to think the food I'm getting is healthy, but you just don't know.
Mhm.
I believe my cousins out in Eastern Washington held a record for the largest deer shot with a bow and
Ooh,
arrow.
dope.
Yeah, it was like I don't know how many. I mean, this might sound ridiculous because I don't remember, but I think it was like a 14 point where it's got like
14.
Yeah,
Like,
you
yeah.
could have said 30 and I would have
Yeah.
believed you. 30-point buck.
I don't think they
It
still
was
hold the record.
8,000
but-
pounds.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but no, that shit's legit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Where would you go hunting? Archery.
So the ultimate goal is to like go backcountry in like
Yeah,
Colorado and
yeah,
like take an
yeah.
elk or something. But there's
Mhm.
places around here. I mean, I know enough
Yeah.
people with farms and different things.
Yeah.
Probably I do want to go down to like Arkansas and go get like a boar.
Oh
Yeah,
Arkansas
I mean
would
wild
be
boars
sick.
are everywhere and they're a nuisance. Unfortunately, you can't hunt them here in Missouri because like they don't want to encourage people to keep them around. We're trying to
Yeah.
like eradicate them.
Mhm.
So if you can hunt them, then for sure people will try to keep them around for that
Yeah.
purpose.
Mhm.
But you can hunt them in a lot of states.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
And you can eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, man.
Where do you practice archery? Is there like an archery range around here?
Dude, yeah, surprisingly, a lot of the parks have archery ranges. I live pretty close to Creve Coeur Lake Park.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
we
actually,
just
yeah, dude,
skateboarded there.
they have a
Yeah.
pretty sick archery course through the woods. It's actually pretty cool.
That's badass.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, man.
And you can just let off arrows in the public like that, or is it like?
Well, I mean, it's
closed
sectioned off. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of, and it's,
Somebody's walking their dog.
There's like, oh,
but it's funny enough, dude, there's houses kind of borderline, but it's set up in such a way that none of the shots, even if they
Okay.
kind of get away from you, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't go to
Yeah, they
somebody's
shouldn't
living
be-
room.
Yeah, nobody should die. Nobody should be dying, but yeah, man, Just
Okay, I didn't know that.
Just being out in nature.
Do you have
bro.
the bow and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just
It's like one of those compound ones.
Compound bow. Yeah, man.
What's the compound one where
It's got like pulleys on it.
Yeah,
and
I've
stuff.
seen those.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So it's like when you pull it, there's just like X amount of force, and then you get to the end, and it's almost like you kind of reach this max, and you're not really fighting that force anymore, as opposed to like with the reeve curve bow, it's like as you're pulling, the tension gets greater
harder.
and greater, and then like
And
you
you go,
never,
and then you
and then let go, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't like you feel that tension throughout the whole way because it's kind of like how much you can pull. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But the traditional style, like the one that most people are doing, is the one that you have, where it holds it.
compound bow
Yeah,
for a lot of
they're
hunting.
not doing like the old school, like
Not so much. You don't see a lot of hunting with
Yeah.
the reeve curve bow. I mean, I'm sure some people do it.
Mhm.
I think maybe for more like archery competitions, people
Okay.
shoot reeve curve bow. But dude, I'm not an archery expert.
it's gotta be hard to pull back and aim too. Like when you're like
Yeah, it's
cocked back with
it's
the
its own thing
Yeah.
for sure, dude. It's just
Oh.
gonna take a lot of time. There's
That's
just
cool.
only so much time in the day, man. You
Yeah.
can only do so much.
I mean, we're all trying to find our own hobbies right now, dude.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to fill the fucking time.
Yeah.
Are you guys adjusting well to being back in Missouri?
Well,
Uh,
he's never been here.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, well you being
yeah.
back in
I had
Missouri, you
never
being
been
in
here,
Missouri for the
like,
first
He
time.
loves it. He
Yeah.
fell in love with it as soon as he got here. He's
Yeah.
like, I think I'm going to stay here for a while. So
Yeah.
our plan, at least for the time being, is to give it a year
Yeah, we're
with-
devoting a year to give 100%.
I can dig it.
to our
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
to
See
living
what-
together,
see if the
what
ball
we,
starts
yeah,
to
to see what
roll.
we can create. But Missouri's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I like
Well, you did leave it not that long ago.
Yeah,
You're like, like fuck, man. I kind of want to get out of here.
Like I think also it depends on like what you're doing and who you're with. I could be
Yeah.
happy anywhere, you know,
Yeah.
as long as I'm with good people and I'm doing what I love. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if I'm in fucking Bumblefuck
here.
USA or New York City.
Yeah.
You know, and there's enough. I feel like if you really focus on like what you can do here, like there's enough opportunity, the cost of living. There's a lot of benefits to Missouri, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of benefits.
Yeah, there really are.
He made a good point that in our industry, in the big cities, it's oversaturated with chefs.
And that's
people
my
doing-
whole thing is like in Seattle, I was a tiny fish in this huge oversaturated market of restaurant industry, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, like even with coronavirus, they're saying 4 out of 5 restaurants will not survive,
yeah,
which just shows you how oversaturated the market is there.
Yeah.
There's restaurants in every fucking corner. And like in Missouri, I feel like I've come here not even 4 months ago. I've worked at a couple restaurants, and we're getting picked up by the media. We're getting, news attention. We're going to be in a lifestyle magazine and things like that. So here it feels like I'm a bigger fish in a smaller pond.
yeah.
Because it's not so oversaturated. I mean, if you look at what people eat here, it's like it's not exciting, it's not new, and there's just a lot of room for
There's a
new and
big gap.
innovative cuisine.
Yeah. And people, like, this is actually kind of a hidden gem for the culinary scene. I don't think people realize St. Louis actually has a pretty good culinary scene.
They have a good restaurant scene for real.
They really do, man.
But
And
it's
it's
all
like
you have to find it.
you
Mhm.
do.
know?
You do
Yeah.
you have to be adventurous. You have to hit the neighborhoods. You have to fucking check out hole in the walls in different
Yep.
places. But
Totally.
dude, we have a legit culinary scene, and I think there is an appreciation for like good spots.
Yeah.
So if you're fucking good, it's not that hard to make it here.
Yeah.
Because there aren't as many good places
I
as you
agree.
would
Yeah.
would hope.
Well, and that's the goal, is to kind of make a name for myself here, and then be able to afford to live in Washington again.
Yeah.
Right?
Is the cost of living in Washington pretty similar to New York?
Yep.
Is it pretty expensive?
It's pretty insane, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
about
I
the
was
same.
making $40,000 a year as a line cook because that's how high the wages are. But
Yeah.
it's still hard to
Yeah.
Live.
hard to do things. Hard
to
to
do
live.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to my tattoo artist yesterday. He's from California, and he moved here because you can make more money. People can spend more. They have more
Yeah.
disposable
Well, that's
income.
the thing, and that's why the
So
private events.
the
thing
private
is
events
good.
work here, and
Yeah.
the cost of living is so low, and you can travel if you like to travel. We're in the middle of the country, so you can go East Coast, West
Everything's
Coast,
pretty
South.
Yeah.
You're
It's nice
all
being
right
central.
there. You're all right there.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
people
he's
here
from
are so
California.
nice too, dude.
Yeah, the dude's from
What'd you
California.
say?
Just the people here are so nice too.
Ah,
I mean,
we're
that's one of the biggest pluses.
Pretty
bro.
chill and like laid
Yeah,
back.
everybody talks to each other. Here. Like in Seattle, there's a thing called the Seattle Freeze. And
What is that?
People just don't really talk to each other. Like there's no really like random interactions.
Really?
And like I love people, dude. And
Yeah.
I've always been, especially when I was drinking, of course, but I've always been like, talking to everybody,
Yeah.
boisterous or whatever. And then here, it's like people just talk to each other everywhere you go. And I love that.
There's a flip side to being here though, because like maybe it's just me. Like growing up, I didn't really like do a lot of hugging. Like my family, we weren't huggers. Like we hugged, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And like as I've gotten older, I tend to hug everybody, except like not when I'm around here. I always feel weird about like if I'm like if I go visit California or I'm down in Austin or I go meet people, it's like I fucking hug everybody.
Yeah.
But then like I get around here and it's like I go back to the handshake. It just feels weird to hug people around here. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's your own thing.
It could just be my thing.
Yeah, it could be your thing.
Are you guys huggers? You guys hug
I gave you like a
We
dap.
gave a hug.
Yeah,
we gave a
I
little
gave
bit
you
of a
dap.
hug. Yeah, and then I just stepped you up. I was like, I don't want to like invade your space. I don't know you as well. I just need to start just leading with the hug. Just like hug me, bitch, whether you like it or not.
Come in close. Come in close.
Yeah. And then everybody's all weird now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be close.
Especially now, bro.
True.
Yeah. Are you guys even
Strange
worried
times.
about? So you think you've already gotten coronavirus?
I think I got it back
you-
in March. He's worried about it because he's also immunocompromised.
Yeah, because I've got asthma.
Okay.
So if I get it, it's like more of a risk for me. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you fucking do, man? Like
You just gotta take care of yourself.
I'm
and be
gonna
healthy.
take the risks that I have to in order to like do.
Yeah,
my
we go
job
back and forth
survive.
on this
Yeah.
because you don't want to just like put your life on hold and live in fear and live under a rock and isolate yourself because there's just a lot of information out there and it is the risks kind of like you take. You know, like getting on a bike.
It's
you
just
take
living.
that risk.
Like
You
I'm
gotta
not gonna
live.
go out to restaurants all the time. I'm not
Right.
gonna go out to bars. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go to a party. But I am gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
I am going to do private events.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
can
like, what's
mitigate the risk.
necessary?
Yeah, you can mitigate the risks,
For
but you're not
sure.
going to put everything on hold for
Yeah.
God knows when. I mean,
Yeah.
what could even come of
Yeah,
it?
because do I want to take this time where everybody's sort of well, that's the thing is everybody's not really focused on anything, so this is a good time to build a business. And like, do I want to take the time to like progress in myself right now and like take a smaller risk, or do I want to just wait? You know, I don't want to fucking.
That's
wait.
kind of so we didn't
Yeah,
go
I'll
back to
lose my
culinary.
mind.
We didn't go back to culinary school for that particular reason.
Did you guys
of, like,
finish online?
They tried to do a pseudo online type of deal, so we were supposed to go back in August, right? They were going to call us back, but we said, look, we got our own things going because during that gap of a couple months, like we got our shit together. Like we were like, we're going to start a business, we're going to do private chef, and we're going to do private events,
And we
and
started
everybody
getting gigs,
else
you
was
know?
just kind of sitting around waiting to be
Waiting.
told. Or the schools to open back up. Like, let's take the fucking power into our own hands and let's do shit.
Yeah.
Well, dude, and the thing is like, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. They're a great school, but like, you're not even allowed to taste your food right now in class.
Really?
Yeah.
How
So
do you know
what-
if it's any good?
How are you gonna graduate with a culinary degree when you haven't tasted anything for 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't.
You don't know
And
if the
that's what
flavors
really
work.
that's what really drew the line for me. I was just like, look, you can't taste your food. You can't. You know.
And also the way the school was handled. I mean,
Yeah.
to their defense, it was a weird time where nobody knew what to do.
Yeah.
But and then on the flip side of it, it's a business, so they need to keep the doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of flip flopping. There was a lot of like they're putting us at risk for the sake of keeping the doors open and keeping the tuition up,
Yeah.
You know, so
They're a
I didn't
business.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can learn how to cook on your own. I'm sure they're teaching you techniques and different things, but it's like you just fucking
Yeah,
do
I mean,
it.
you can if you have the will to do it on your own, you can. But there is something about going from graduating from a culinary school,
Yeah.
the best school in the country.
There's a little bit of prestige there.
There is for sure.
Marketing.
Well, and you
The
know,
network, too.
everybody goes for
Network,
different
yeah.
things.
There's
I mean,
definitely positives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he went because he had never cooked
Mm-hmm.
a day in his life. I mean, like professionally.
Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense for you
Yeah,
to
and so
go.
he wanted to open up. I went because I had been a chef. I've held chef titles, but I didn't want to be a traditional chef anymore, so I wanted to see what else there was.
Okay.
You know? Because, I've been doing this for 7-8 years, and it's like I don't like the traditional chef role. I want to do something more. So what I ended up doing, what I'd love to do is like food education.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the dream for me, we've talked about this, like later down the line, is have like a non-for-profit pizza shop.
Oh.
And like, because the restaurant I was at last really helped me with getting sober and like, instilling a lot of value in me.
Yeah.
And I want to do that for other people.
Oh, right on.
So I want to be able to employ people who either can't get a job or like need a second chance and like take that chance, teach them hireable skills, like, and kind of teach them the emotional sustainability that you need in a kitchen.
Right.
And not abuse them. Like I was abused in kitchens growing
Really?
up. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I can believe it.
Yeah, my old chef, like he opened up a new restaurant. I want to go because last time I saw him, he threw me down the stairs and fucking threw all my knives.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He threw all my knives out on the street and like,
Oh, what a dick.
you know, you're never gonna go anywhere, like all this shit.
Talking that shit.
Yeah,
You know, the
bro.
thing about the culinary, and maybe I'm generalizing, but it's like it definitely attracts. It seems to attract like a certain type of personality,
Big time.
and for a lot of the people, it's like they get to a certain point, like that's their White House. And if you kind of live in that space where it's like, this is my domain and I'm the shit, and you get just completely ego-driven,
Oh yeah.
it can kind of go to your fucking head, I could imagine, if you're the head of the kitchen.
That happened to me. I mean, I got my first ever chef title. I was a sous chef at 21 years old, like fresh 21 years old.
Yeah.
Which is good. I wanted that. Like that was my goal, is to become, either a sous chef or a chef by 22.
Okay.
So I achieved that, but I started managing and teaching people the way that I had been taught, which was abusive, like angry, cannot control my own emotions, under too much pressure. And
Yeah.
I was a kid, dude. I'm still a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
you
Your brain's
know?
not even fully developed yet.
Yeah, and
Almost.
so like I would start yelling at these people for problems that like they really didn't have anything to do with, and even if it was the problem that they made, like the last thing you want to do is exacerbate that and
Yeah.
start screaming at them and make it a bigger problem.
There's a lot of big egos in the industry.
Is there?
For
Oh,
sure.
and so what I did is
Yeah.
you know,
Everybody's trying to be Gordon Ramsay.
exactly, dude,
Yeah.
and that's sort of, and I like Gordon Ramsay, but he really did make that personality something that's like glamorized.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
people to aspire for some, but that's also just him. He's not like people
Well,
try.
and that's a TV show personality.
Yeah.
Like he's not actually like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up figuring out that I never want to treat anybody like that again. So I
Yeah.
took 2 to 3 years, started back as a line cook again, and sort of worked my way back up the ranks.
Yeah.
With emotional sustainability in mind,
I can
because
dig it.
I never want to, and like the way we handle, you see me get stressed sometimes, at the private events and stuff. I'll get stressed. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I try really hard not to take it out on anybody, but I'm a very like stiff guy. But
It's like high pressure situations, though.
It is.
Like you want to perform and you only have so much time, and
Yeah.
you only got one shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
That's
100%.
fucking it. Do they like your food or not?
yeah,
And it has to be dropped at a certain time, and it's got to be hot, and it's got to be
Yeah.
prepped a certain way. There's a lot.
People
They're-
eat with their
they're paying-
eyes.
but there
they're paying
needs to be
good money.
pressure under grace under pressure, though. Because like if somebody's not happy and they're making the food's gonna taste like shit. You know? Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
taste. I mean, I went to go work at a 3-star Michelin joint for like a week in Chicago, and like it was cool, and like it was beautiful. The plates were amazing, but there was no love in that kitchen. I didn't feel any love.
Yeah.
What, is it just like sterile or just like
It
a
was completely
machine?
sterile. Yeah. I saw people getting screamed at left and right. Like, yeah, and I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, food is about love, dude. It's about bringing people together, and I think a lot of people lose sight of that.
That's why I got into the culinary world, because if I thought about all my best memories, it's been surrounding food.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a birthday party
You
or
go out
hanging
to
out
eat.
with friends. What do you do? You go out to eat.
Right.
So Christmas, holidays. So I thought about that, and I was like, I want to create those experiences. I want to create those memories for myself and for other people, and share that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what prompted me to even go to culinary school.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I think, I don't know if I can speak for you, but it's like using food as a medium to connect people. That's what I want to do. Whether
Yeah.
it be helping people, whether it be whatever. Because eating food is the only thing that every single human in the world does.
Need to do a couple times a day.
We all
So
need
it's,
it.
it's the only thing that everybody has in common.
And for me, it's that, but also it's the like creative, artistic side to it.
Yeah.
Like you can have a bunch of raw ingredients, do some shit to it, wait 30 minutes, and then you have something you can share immediately and get that feedback.
Yeah, and it's the instant gratification.
Yeah.
You make something, you hand it to somebody, like you see their face when they eat it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like a short turnover like mission.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
And there's something very primal to it, right? I mean, with the whole there's the whole tribal aspect of humans. We've all been getting around fire for a long time and cooking shit.
Think about for me at least, I can recall family dinners. Like that builds the family unit. When you sit down with your mom and your dad and your brothers or sisters or whatever, at the end of a day, and you just sit there and relate to each other and have those conversations, like that I believe solves a lot of problems. problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about trauma? Like a
Yeah.
lot of that shit is solved like right there at the dinner table.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, you kind of feel like
And when
you're
you don't
alone.
have that, when you don't have that, that's what creates those things in our lives, those voids. And I've always believed that like family dinners, if you have that, your kids, yourself, like you're gonna be much happier.
Yeah.
More keen to open up to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. There's for sure something to that. Yeah, just being around the dinner table.
I can't
sharing.
wait. I can't wait to go back and cook for my family for like the holidays and be able to actually like, because I've lived 33 years of my mom and my aunt cooking amazing dinners for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but now I can go back and say, all right, you guys sit down, you guys enjoy, hang out with each other. I'm gonna cook you a badass turkey. Yeah, hell yeah,
Bring
and it's
your
gonna
own
be
flair to it.
fire.
That's funny. Me and my dad grew up because my dad's a chef as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my uncle is a pastry chef, so we
dope.
all grew up cooking on the holidays together. So on Thanksgiving, we tell the rest of the family to screw off, and we order takeout.
That's funny. Do you guys like compete with each other?
No, it's never been like that. I mean,
No.
my uncle would take the cake every time. He's like he's straight from Italy, Italian pastry chef.
Oh.
He like one year made us baked Alaskan, which is like the baked on fire ice cream.
Oh,
Okay.
really? I've never had that.
Yeah, and he made sugar sculptures for us every Christmas.
Oh, he's
like
next level.
roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he made like a full nativity scene out of chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, he's a chocolatier. He's a patissier. Like,
What's
he's a
what's that?
patissier is just pastry chef, like
Okay.
traditional pastry chef, like
okay.
sugar roses, like chocolate statues. And
Damn.
That's legit.
he's a bad. Yeah, I apprenticed under him for a year, just about a year at his wholesale bakery.
Yeah.
So, and that was the hardest job I've ever fucking had in my life.
So you've tried a little bit of everything in the culinary scene.
Yeah, I started off. My first real food job was working for a local fruit and produce stand.
Okay.
And I was just their sign waver during the summers, like when I was like 15.
Oh, right on.
And then I got, after that, like my first dishwashing gig. And then after that was the wholesale baking. And then fine dining, then wood-fired. And it's been wood-fired for the last couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's wood fired?
Cooking over a fire, man.
Like in the kitchen, there's like a fucking fired
so like
wood.
wood-fired oven. I've never worked a wood-fired grill. I'd love to.
Oh, okay.
But that's actually where my passion is. That's
Yeah.
what
You
I
see like a pizza shop.
Yeah, I was
with,
gonna say, when
like
I think
that-
of wood fired ovens,
yeah,
I think of
it's
pizza.
that. It's
So
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
Okay.
That's what I've mainly worked. And
Okay.
you can do everything out of there. Like,
Those things get hot.
Oh,
we
yeah.
ran it at like
600
800 degrees,
Yeah.
750, and that's why I like. My hair on my arm is sort of consistent, but it's
It's all singed off.
I was telling my girlfriend was over, and I just grabbed like a hot pan, and she was like, "Doesn't that hurt?" And I was like, "I don't think you understand. Like, this arm has been in an oven for probably a month.
Yeah, it gets
Over the course
conditioned.
of my life, like,
Yeah.
A month straight, just 800 degrees. Just like,
Right here.
so many times, like every single night, I probably put my hand to that oven like
Yeah.
200 times. It's just conditioned.
You just get
but-
used to it.
And wood fire, dude, that really brought me back because my whole cooking career, like, it started off like glorifying these high end like chefs that do all these things, these insane ingredients, and like it's so eclectic. It almost reaches a point of like too pretty to eat, too like uppity to understand.
Just over the top.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I glorified that for a long time until I went to that Michelin starred restaurant to try and work, and then I realized that that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You kind of saw like behind the curtain. You were like,
Exactly, and so I was
Right.
kind of lost for a while because I was like, shit, I don't want to do this crazy fine dining, and I ended up going to work a pizza shop just in the meantime.
back to the basics.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fell in love with cooking wood fired. There's just a very like
Primal.
his favorite word in the
Primal.
world.
Fucking- yeah.
I think we've said it six times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Face lights up every time
It's
you
a
say it. Yeah. But no, it is. It's like, cooking is one thing, like over a stove or in an oven or whatever. But like, you have to have a relation with the fire. You have to take care of it. It acts out.
Yeah.
It's so
You gotta
much.
dance with it.
You got to dance with it. Yeah. And like, trust me, dude, I've set so many pizzas on fire. I've set so many things on fire, and
Yeah.
like you learn over years and years, and like, it's just so much more of a finesse. It's so much more of a connection when you're working with real fire. It just feels more right. The food comes out better.
Yeah.
I've always been a, lover of like high heat cooking, and that just takes it to a whole nother level. Like getting that char.
Yeah.
And when
you just can't beat the flavor.
And I was gonna say, when you cook like that, you don't need much.
No.
Basic.
Fire does the flavoring.
Yeah. I mean, heat is a flavor.
Well, that's what they say. I was watching that chef's table the other day, and he says the fifth taste or whatever is fire. Because it's that char that you can't get from anything else. You can't get from pan roasting. You can't get from sautéing. You can only get it from touching the flames at 900 degrees.
Yeah.
Dang.
What are the flavors? Is it sweet, salty, bitter, umami?
Yeah. It was 5.
Sour.
Sour? Yeah, sour.
There you go. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. But, something about cooking with fire. I mean, that's what I want to do in the end game. Like, I want to retire with a little pizza shop to help people and cook with fire all damn day.
Yeah.
That's a dream, dude.
I can dig it.
That's a dream, bro.
That does sound pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It does. That's what's up, man. You guys are fucking grinding, dude. But that makes sense with your personality that you would transition to just start hustling.
Yeah. Like, I dove in straight. Even my chef owner at the place we're at now, she goes, I got to admire you for taking, basically starting from 0 at 33 and making an hourly wage in the kitchen, elbows deep in a dish pit, not having any experience at all.
Yeah.
But that's just like you said, like I just jump off the cliff and build the parachute on the way down.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good time. Like I get to be with my buddy.
We're both learning so much.
Yeah. And we've talked about this, complementary strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
My ambition, my motivation, my business, and then his creative, his culinary. It makes for a very, very good, almost like
yin and
synced up, yin and yang relationship. So it's interesting how it's all kind of like played out and worked out.
And we butt heads, like. Don't get me wrong. We butt heads.
But like that's any relationship,
Especially when you spend that much time with somebody.
Yeah. But we talk about it, we don't let it bubble up. I mean, sometimes I let it bubble up. We try and remain open and honest with each other.
Because we're both in different worlds. He's never worked for himself. He's never been
which is hard to self-motivate. I've always been
discipline
clocked
is key.
in.
Like you start a podcast, you have to kind of be your own whip.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like no one makes you do shit.
No. Yeah. You got to take it upon. And I've only operated that. So when I go in the kitchen, right, if he tells me what to do or somebody else tells me what to do, it's like a visceral reaction.
Like,
I'm like,
fuck.
It's weird, dude.
Well, and it works too because like I need to learn how to manage people who don't want to be managed. If I want to do this like not-for-profit stuff, like I need to learn.
Yeah, you're gonna be around a bunch of people that are like hard charging.
Yeah, I need to learn how to be understanding. I need to learn how to like cultivate an energy that like doesn't threaten people. Which is good for me to learn because working with him, he doesn't want to be fucking told what to do.
Yeah.
But like he also is learning to like take direction because he's never done that, and he's learning to like. I think. It's funny because one of our bosses was like, Ryan doesn't listen to me. Will you talk to him?
It's probably because
I know who that was.
You don't see anybody as your boss, do you? You're like,
I've never had a boss.
Yeah.
I only had a resume for the first time, like when I applied for these jobs 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Like I've never had a resume. I've never had a boss.
Yeah.
I've only done my own thing. So it's like, as you get older with time, it's hard to change. Yeah. So I do have to kind of take a back seat, and it's very, very humbling and very difficult for me at times to take direction.
And I think we both know at the end of the day that we have our best interests.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it works.
And that's also why I think the chef told him, because if coming from somebody else, I don't know them, I don't trust them 100%.
Yeah.
Him I know, him I trust. So if it comes from him.
And when it comes to events, I'll be like, Ryan, we're doing it this way. And he's going to listen to me, and he's going to do it. And when it comes to business stuff, he's like, Reed, we're doing it this way, and I'm going to listen to him, and that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah,
because we have the track record. I had the track record in business, he's the track record in events. So like you have to kind of like give it to that person and bring it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out. It's a fun dynamic, man.
Yeah.
We have a blast.
You guys are grinding. I mean, you got the sauces, you're doing the private events. I mean, you're
sauces,
working in restaurants.
Private events, restaurants. We also do meal prepping for clients. Actually, coincidentally, one of my old clients that I used to train at the gym, we do his family. We do another guy. So we do that. And, I mean, just kind of trying to fit. We're trying to like find our groove in this, and I think
because you never know what's gonna hit.
Yeah, And I'm a firm believer in just like
spin all the plates.
Yeah, and until eventually they fall, or some of them work really well, but you don't know until you actually try.
Right, and it's all in the same realm.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, and we also like. We're finding that we work better in like I'm going to take more of the sauce product.
Yeah, because he's better
marketing,
at products and the entrepreneurial business side.
And then he's going to take more like the private events, the menu planning.
More of
and that works.
You got to find a split.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Dang. Are you a reader? Do you like to, like, if you gotta learn how to fucking do leadership, dude, you read the
I'm
Jocko?
trying to read,
Dude, the
dude.
Jocko Willink books,
Yeah,
even if you're just listening to him,
Yeah.
he's like the
Yeah.
fucking, he's
I'm
the
reading
man when it
David
comes to
Chang's
leadership.
book right now, actually. It's
I don't know who
really
that
fucking
is. What's
good.
that
Mama
about?
Fuko.
Momofuku, he's like a big time restaurateur.
Okay.
He's very much a fan of he calls it Ugly Delicious. He's got a show.
Okay.
And he likes making good food, but not the whole fine dining movement. Like, not all food has to be insanely pretty.
Right.
Like, it can just be good.
Right.
It doesn't have to look great. It can just be really good.
Like most food at home, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Right.
he's all that, and I had a beef with him because he acts very erratic on social media. Some of his food's always not the prettiest.
Yeah.
But reading his book, I found out he has bipolar disorder. So I was like, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And then I found out he was bullied a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Same, and
Yeah.
I'm finding a lot of these things. So I am trying to get more into reading. He reads like a fucking machine.
Yeah.
I love reading.
I love it too, dude.
I love doing it, but it's so hard to make myself do
Really?
it. But when I do it, I love it.
Yeah.
I read every morning.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on what I have. But yeah.
What
And
are
I'm
you
trying to
reading right
find those habits.
Right now, I was reading Gucci Mane's autobiography. It's
Yeah.
on the counter. I
Yeah.
just finished that probably a couple weeks ago. I'm actually reading a book on motorcycles called The Ultimate Vehicle,
Oh, really?
about this woman who fell in love with motorcycles later on in life and how she got introduced to them. And she's an incredible
it is a
writer.
romance, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
That you have with
oh
the
yeah,
bike.
and she
Yeah.
talks about that the fact that it's like this machine that can take
Yeah.
you down. It's like riding a horse, dude.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's that's my baby, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
I don't let anything happen to it. She's always pretty
pretty.
clean.
yeah, yeah. And she's just a great writer. And I try to also take into account like the writing style because I like to write. I like to do captions and do all that stuff. And eventually, I want to write a book more of like a life book of things because I've written books, but they haven't been about like the literary side to things. It's more about just information. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to paint that picture eventually one day and talk about this the
Yeah.
whole journey.
That makes sense.
Like write a David Chang book
Yeah.
one day. I want
Yeah.
I
to do
told that to my girlfriend and she laughed at me.
What?
I was like, yeah, I want to write a book one day.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. she
Dude,
laughed. Yeah.
Come on.
And she's just playing, dude. I mean,
Fuck
I
yeah.
think sometimes it's I'm going to have all the belief I have in myself and I'm going to hyperbolize it as much as possible because the more belief you have,
Yeah.
it's
You
kind
gotta
of
put
like
it out
shoot
there.
for the stars and, land wherever. But
I mean, what else are we gonna fucking do
yeah.
here? What else
Go
we
big.
gonna
if
do?
I
Like,
think I'm going to be a millionaire one day or
Yeah.
think I'm going to make a lot of money, I'm going to act like
Yeah.
that's my goal.
Yeah, you have to believe it
And you just
and
have
act
to
accordingly.
manifest, bro. I mean, why
Yeah.
we bought fake money.
Oh, yeah.
Just so
Did
we
you?
could, yeah.
well, we
had
did it for an ad, but
Yeah.
but it is crazy to see
manifest,
$100,000
dude,
just sitting
Yeah.
on. We think we have it somewhere else. Too.
Yeah, it's like true visualization. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like
eventually,
feel-
And you
eventually it'll
hold
be
it and you're
real.
like, okay,
There's something
shit,
there.
yeah.
Actually, there's a theory about called smelling the leather, and it's like if you want a nice car, you go to the dealership and just sit in the car that you want and just sit in it and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
literally embody
Feel
it,
it.
feel it.
Yeah.
Like wow, it's like everybody has different goals, different whatever. If it's material, if it's whatever, but really like trying to put your hands into that goal and feel it as much as you
Yeah.
can, and then
Yeah.
eventually.
And I mean, and I've always said it's like the ego that drives you, but you know what you really want. Like, I would love to have $1 million.
Mhm.
I would love to be wildly successful, but as long as I'm still cooking food at the end of the day and I'm happy, and I'm doing what I want. That's
Cooking
all that
food.
Happy
Yeah.
now and then
Yes.
happy now and then happy then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
good here,
Yeah.
barely making it work, but then you're also
Yeah.
good at $1 million and
Mhm.
having a successful, thriving business. you know?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are successful and miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about success, right? When we hear success, we automatically think monetary.
Yeah.
But for me, my definition is for all my lifestyle wants. I also want to have good health. I want to have good relationships. I
Have
want to have
freedom,
good
dude.
peace of mind. I want to have freedom. That to me is
Yeah.
true success because you're right. There's a lot of people that make a
100%.
shit ton of money that drive nice cars that are completely miserable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want that.
The economic piece is one piece, but it's
It's
just
one piece of the pie.
That's
It's
it.
one piece of the pie. But
That's
it is interesting how when you say somebody's successful, your automatic go-to is like, oh, they make a lot of money.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's like a sliver
That's it.
because I would rather have so much. I'd want to have so much other things to that than just that's one piece. For me, money is just like energy.
Yeah.
It's just an energy
Freedom.
source.
Yeah.
It's nice to have. It allows you to do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If, from the outside looking in, like creeping, it seemed like you read that Anthony Bourdain book and that had like a big influence
Yeah,
on you.
man. I mean, his initials are tattooed on me. AB.
Oh,
On
really?
this knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that book, his first book, I've read 2 of his books, but that first book, Kitchen Confidential, he's read it as well.
Yeah.
Incredible. And that was the book that kind of put him on the map.
I bought it. I'm gonna read it.
It's so good.
It's a great book, and it really offers you like an accurate picture into like the whole rough and tug fucking.
Really,
That
what the
dude,
scene's like.
and then his show and the way he relates to people through food
He's a
and
storyteller.
his curiosity and the way he can sit down and just talk to anybody about anything. Man, that dude is on some, and it's a shame of what happened. But yeah, that actually was the thing that prompted me to check out CIA, which is the school that we went to, because he went there.
America.
Yeah, Culinary Institute of America. He went there.
He talks mad shit about it too.
Did
He does. And there's a whole, which is funny because
he's like a rebel in the scene though.
hall.
Or was.
There's a whole wing dedicated to him now.
Really?
At the school.
Wow.
He talked mad shit about it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, when I was actually in Brooklyn applying for jobs in the restaurant industry, people kept telling me to go check out CIA, and then a light bulb went off, and I was like, wait, I've heard that name before, and then it was in the Anthony Bourdain book, and I was like, let me go check it out. Turns out it was an hour and 20 minutes outside the city. I was in Brooklyn already. I'm like, well, fuck. And I remember applying like on a Tuesday night and then getting a call the next day, and I was like, I guess I'm going to culinary school. I applied and got accepted on the 26th of December, and school started on the 2nd of January.
Damn.
Something like, it was like a week.
They're like, we're letting anybody in right now.
Yeah. Well, my ex was like, thought it was crazy. I remember sitting down at the table with my mom and my ex at the time, and my mom was like, if you're going to do it, you need to do it now.
Yeah.
Like, what else you got to lose? Like, I was just kind of bouncing around, kind of like the same feeling you felt after during Corona. I was like, what the fuck am I? I didn't know what I was going to do. I was in Brooklyn. I was doing fun stuff. You know, I was bouncing around the city.
Having a good time, I'm sure.
It's New York City. Yeah, it was a great time, but like, I didn't have any. You talk about like purpose, and I didn't have anything going on. So that was just kind of like, all right, let me go down this route and let me see it through, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because so how I found out about CIA.
Your dad, right?
Well, yeah. So my dad went to college there. He graduated from there the year I was born, 1996. So he had always talked about it. Like I saw his old uniform and stuff, and I always wanted to go there. Well, no, that's not true. I wanted to be an actor at one point, but when I first got my first cooking job, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
That was the path.
Yeah. I knew that's exactly what I wanted. And so I went and visited the CIA campus when I was a junior in high school, and I told them I was going to come after my senior year. And at that point, they had a thing where you have to at least work in the industry for 6 months before you went to culinary school.
Really?
Yeah, just because a lot of people,
Which
they don't
they
have that.
They should still do that.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
If that was the fact, if that is the case, I don't think I would have went to culinary school because it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Working in the kitchen is hard.
Yeah, I've had kitchen jobs. I'm not fucking about it. It gets busy in there.
I love it,
Oh, nah, bro.
Yeah, no,
I learned early I can't work in a kitchen.
Yeah,
I like to cook, but not in the fucking busy. Yeah, I
that's
can't
a whole
do that.
liking to cook and enjoying being in your own kitchen with the music.
Whole different ballgame.
Whole different game.
Yeah.
Because I was the same way. I'm like, I can cook. You get out in the kitchen. Dude, the last thing you want to do is clean up at 11 o'clock at night. You've just got reamed all day. It's just so hard.
Dude, floors get slippery.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
it gets hot, it gets busy.
Burned,
Fuck, dude.
Cut.
My first job
People
was a
yell.
dishwasher in a fucking nursing home.
I think everybody
being a
should do
dishwasher
it.
will
I was going to
teach you
say,
a lot
I
of
think
life
everybody
skills,
should
so.
do it at one point because
Yeah.
then they see like either motivated by that, like I don't want to be a dishwasher, let me go to school.
Yeah.
Or you just learn a lot about yourself through the process.
Yeah.
Well, basically, so what happened is I told the school that I was going to come, and then I was like, I'm going to take 6 months to work in the industry. I got a job at a little restaurant on top of Crystal Mountain, and then 6-7 years flew by in the industry. I never went back to school. And then when I was at my last restaurant, I sobered up. I really felt like I was getting on top of my game. I had lost all this weight. And I was offered to open up their next restaurant in Spokane, actually, which just opened up a month ago. They're doing really well. I'm happy for them. But I was kind of at this point where they offered me to open this restaurant as like their sous chef. So my like time spent going back would have been rewarded. I could be a sous chef again and I could do it right.
Yeah.
You know. But I knew that if I went and opened up that restaurant, then a chef is all I would ever be. And I sort of thought, if there's anything else to this industry that I might want to pursue, then I need to go to school.
Yeah.
So I like kind of thought about that for like 3 months, sort of had both offers on the table, and eventually I just decided to go back to school. I called the woman I was like, hey, I'm filling out this application, whatever. And she goes, okay, you have 6 applications on file. You know that, right? All unfinished.
Are you serious or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing here? You're going to make the decision?
Because
I'm really ready this time, I swear.
Yeah, I've been applying and not finishing the application every year for like 6 years.
Oh,
That's funny. Well, it just shows like, when you're ready, you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
You
And what a
just weren't ready yet.
serendipity to, I mean, we talk about how this relationship was forged and all the things that
had to happen
for this to culminate. Like,
Yeah.
he almost didn't start on the same start date.
Yeah,
as
so
I
we
did.
started in January, which is kind of like an odd time to start in school. It's
Right.
Normally it's like, what would it be like?
If you're going by like a semester.
September or something.
September,
I think
Yeah.
January was
some
like a
shit.
slow start date for them, and I almost didn't
Yeah.
go. I was going to push it till April, and he almost didn't go either.
Yeah, which would have meant we would have never met because of Corona.
Yeah.
That's
April
right.
wouldn't-
I didn't
April
think
wouldn't have
about
happened,
that.
It
so
wouldn't
we
have
wouldn't
happened.
April would have never. I didn't even think
Yeah,
about
so
that.
so many
Just
things.
all the things that had to, like,
happen
work
for
out.
this to line up, and that's why, like, regardless of whatever happens with our business, like, we're having a good time, like, we're making it work, and like, so many things had to happen that we need to at least see it to fruition for one full year. Give it 100% for a full year, see what happens.
You got to like just take this fucking chance.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's fun, dude. We're having a good time.
And there's no other, like, for me, like, at this time in my life, like, we both don't have any, no kids, no marriage, no, crazy things hanging over our heads. We have complete open road.
Just go all in.
Literally, the open road.
Yeah, bro. Ride bikes, get tattoos,
I mean, that's what we've
That's
been
what we
doing,
do.
bro.
cook a good food. Dude, tattoos are addicting, bro.
Do you have some? Or?
Yeah, dude. I got several, dude.
I didn't even see. Yeah.
I think I'm going to get my hand done next, but
Nice.
it's
Do it.
either that or I'm going to get my whole leg wrapped. They're both happening probably.
I
But
think you have your leg, don't you?
I got one on my thigh.
That's right.
My side is done. My forearm's done. Like my chest all the way to a half sleeve.
Yeah.
I got a
Is
little on
that
my
new,
back.
this forearm one?
No, I've had this for probably, 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it for a while. I just got some small kanji on the inside of my arm for jiu-jitsu pretty recently. But I usually make time at least once a year to get a sit-in. I kind of like slowed down the past couple of years.
Who did that one right there?
Most of my work is done by the name of a guy by the name of Tim Thompson. He tattoos out of St. Louis Tattoo Company in Chesterfield.
Okay.
I've known him. I met him. I was working at a supplement superstore, and he was actually just tattooing out his house. But he had like such a nice setup. It was nicer than a lot of fucking shops. Yeah, just a nice little studio he had going. And he did my side, he did this forearm, and he did this piece. So he's done most of my work.
Yeah.
He does really good. I'm kind of at the point now to where like I don't want to just stick with one artist. I kind of want to collect art
mine
from
are
different.
random.
Yeah, I want to collect art from different artists. I know a few good people in the city.
It's a little
so.
riskier, but it's fun.
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
mean-
not just gonna randomly find an artist. Like, I know
That's
who
right.
I like.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on
He just walks into a shop. He's like, oh, that guy.
I'm not about that life.
Yeah, I know. we passed by. It says,
Hey,
"Hey,
baby."
Yeah. We
I fuck
passed
with
by
it.
a store, and Ryan was like, "You should go get that Hey Baby tattoo you want." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Wait, really?" And
Yeah.
we just walked in. And I
Yeah,
got it,
that's simple enough though. You could do that.
Right.
Yeah, if they fuck that up, then
Yeah.
No hope.
shit.
No hope.
Yeah, man. Damn, dude. Well, that's dope, man. You guys are fucking killing it.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
excited
man.
to see where you guys,
Yeah.
take
and you
this.
too, man. I mean, how many episodes? 170.
Yeah, I think this is 177. Yeah,
That's badass,
yeah.
dude.
I have another podcast this afternoon at 4:30. I'm doing.
Double header.
Yeah, man. Did 4 this
Grind,
week,
bro.
4 last week. Yeah, man. That's all.
Four-
I'm just headed first. That's all I know how to fucking
Yeah.
do, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, same boat, dude.
Yeah. So just keep fucking grinding. Eventually you
Damn.
get better. You suck at first,
Yeah.
and slowly you get better. And
Well, it's who's that famous Dave Grohl rock star?
I don't know.
I think
Uh,
Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters.
Okay,
Oh,
I know
Foo
Foo
Fighters
Fighters,
guy?
yeah.
He always says there's this quote: the first step to being good at something is sucking at something.
Yeah.
And he talks about like too many kids, want to be
They
great
bail
guitarists,
out.
but they don't want to suck. It's like how Nirvana and how Foo Fighters and all those
Yeah.
things started was getting in a garage and like being really bad at something.
Dude, yeah. You just suck, dude. And I try not to like hide any of it either. Like,
Yeah.
because I don't edit these conversations. One time, this is probably within the first, I don't know, like 30 or 40 episodes. I was sitting here talking to a guy, blanked the fuck out for probably like 5 minutes. I couldn't think of anything to even talk about. He's like, it's all right, dude. He's like, you can just edit this out. Don't let people tell you they don't edit. I'm like, no, dude, I'm gonna leave it in, dude. even after I left it in, I even had people contact me and say, man, bro, like you probably should have edited that. But I'm just like, man.
No, keep it authentic. Keep
Yeah,
it real.
really, dude. It's like, yeah, man, maybe I
true.
should have in hindsight if I just want to create like just the best product.
Right.
And if it's somebody's first impression, I don't want to give them a
Yeah,
bad
right.
impression. But on the same note, it's like, hey, man,
It's also cool seeing the growth.
yeah,
It's your
dude.
process.
I want people to see the growth. I'm gonna keep those out there. So if somebody wants to like go back and see that, it's like, oh yeah, man, like he did suck because I'm not gonna suck forever.
That's the thing too. Like for somebody who wants to start a podcast, if they see your episode 13 versus your episode 700, they can see like, oh, he did suck at one point. I used to do that for YouTube when I was doing the YouTube thing during Corona. I would go to like famous YouTubers. I would organize their videos by date, and I would look at their old videos. I'm like, okay. I mean, it makes it more like real.
You
and,
really
like,
do grow.
You can see the transitions and the growth. So I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're looking at the videos that have 1 million views. You're like, fuck,
Dude.
I can never be this fucking good on camera. But everybody starts somewhere.
Some people are so fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Dude. And in the long run, it just washes away anyway. It's like
that's true. It doesn't matter. Like it's
If put out
blips on the
enough,
radar,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
It really.
I had so few listeners at that point.
Yeah, it's like who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no,
for real,
there's
man.
so much content out there anyway, and people have so much at them that, like, in the grand scheme of things, nobody's taking it with a fine-tooth comb and a microscope looking over your shit anyway.
Yeah, you're your own worst critic always.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that. I came out here. I was like, I'm gonna film YouTube videos, and then I filmed one video. I haven't filmed.
Everything sounds good in theory.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna
It's
do
hard, dude. Putting out content. It's
Fuck
real
yeah.
hard.
Dude, it's a fucking grind.
Well,
You feel silly too sometimes.
Yeah.
I was we were talking last night about it, how I kind of follow like the Gary Vee method of just like documenting and just showing your life versus like creating the content. If you just like showcase what you're doing and that becomes the content in and of itself, and you show your process, like your scars, your blemisses, the fuck ups during it, that makes you more relatable and real because it's the truth versus like, okay, I'm going to make content.
Yeah.
That's overwhelming and exhausting.
Yeah. You have a very good communication style in the way in which you write. Like it's like you definitely communicate in such a way that it's like it's raw and honest, and people connect with it very easily.
There's he says it too.
You have
There's
a good
like
style.
there's a style to it.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
just
kind
like
of colloquial. It's like not, uppity. It's
You're definitely talking. It's like you're talking.
That's literally how I think about Mike. Because I think that's also like it's always weird to me when somebody writes something and I read their stuff and I know them as a person and it doesn't match up.
Yeah.
Like think about the way we text and communicate. It's talking.
Yeah.
It's not like this weird like framed
Right.
thing. So when I write captions or when I just write anything, I'm trying to think about like how would I speak to this person so that they can, because when they're hearing it in their head, it's my voice talking through it.
Yeah.
And it makes it like actually me talking.
Yeah.
You know it's my style. There's a style to it.
And why
Right.
would you ever want to sell yourself as anybody but yourself? Like,
Right.
You're the only thing that nobody else can market.
Yeah, I think the challenge for a lot of people is just finding your own voice.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Right.
And I was telling him it's taken me years to do that, and I
Right.
still hone it. But it's funny you mentioned that because I always do treat it like just a conversation. I read in a book that Mick Jagger would write his songs like a phone conversation, and then he would just cross out random lines in the conversation, and that would be the song.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to find your own voice, whether it's like in the kitchen or fucking writing.
Your own
or
style, your own podcasting
whatever
style.
it is, dude. You just find your own
But that
way.
only comes with time.
Yeah.
I still haven't found my style in the kitchen.
It's like in the beginning, you're trying to like emulate people, right? Because it's like that's the influence,
and
and then
you're
you're
like,
like,
fine dining.
Yeah.
Wood fire. Okay, let's mix it.
Yep.
It's all an evolution.
I read in a book too that some authors in the beginning, it's like your training wheels. You find these authors that inspire you, and you literally one author would write out the words to the books that he liked, so that way he could like develop the training wheels and start to think like them, and eventually the wheels come off and you develop your own style.
Right.
So you need those structures and those boundaries, and he would literally sit there and like write or type the words of another person so that you kind of are in that frame, and then eventually you develop your own style from there.
It's all a process. Yeah. Well, gents, let's wrap this up. It's been fun, man. Time's fucking flying. We're at like an hour 15.
Really?
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
man.
great.
Yeah, dude. Is there anything you guys want to plug, promo?
Sure. Yeah. You can check us out at fulltankemptystomach.com and then also on Instagram. Your Instagram is
Webster_Reid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
and
want
then
to check it
mine's
out.
Ryan Paul Hansen.
Dope. You guys have a website, right, for the
Yeah,
Full Tank
same
Empty
thing,
Stomach?
Full Tank
Yep.
Empty Stomach,
I'll
yeah.
put it in the show notes so
Yeah.
it'll be
Okay,
easy to
cool.
find.
Yeah, everything's Full Tank Empty Stomach.
Yeah. Reid and Ryan, R
Reid and
squared.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck yeah. All right, gents. Thanks again, my man.
Thanks,
Yeah,
homie.
absolutely.
All right,
Thank you.
everybody. Till next time.
Yep.